She sacked him! A great bull rush by Chris Jones!
When it gets tough, you know, he's going to be there battling. The players appreciate it.
The Chiefs put the hammer down with a 34-yard touchdown pass. The 10, still not down. Oh, what a run! Out of this world! Falling up to 20, 10, 5, touchdown!
The Chiefs get the victory here as we bring you Chiefs Rewind. Mitch Holthus with you, voice of the Chiefs, and senior team reporter Matt McMullen. 27-17 over the New England Patriots. This team needed a win. They wanted to win. They got to win. And all three phases were contributing in this win.
And they all count the same in the end, right? It wasn't perfect. There's plenty of things the Chiefs can clean up from this game. But really, in all three phases, we saw some really good things. And the most important thing, a Chiefs victory.
Let's start with some guys stepping up. Clyde Edwards-Helaire channeled his inner 2020. This was the Clyde who played with confidence in his rookie year during that COVID year. He played with confidence in this game with Pacheco out as a runner and as a receiver. The 48-yard screen was a thing of beauty.
Yeah, Clyde was awesome today, playing with a real edge throughout this game as the lead back. He had 101 yards from scrimmage, as you said, 37 rushing yards, hard-earned yards against the top rushing defense in the NFL and the New England Patriots. And yeah, 64 receiving yards, that 48-yard screen set up Rashee Rice's touchdown early in the game. And how about his touchdown catch later on? Went up like 40 inches to catch that thing. Incredible grab by Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
That screen set up a single wing play. That's right, folks. That's a single wing play. Andy Reid brought the single wing back to the National Football League. I mentioned it, gave a shout out to a single wing state champion, and they're sending, they go on Twitter, here's our version of that play, but it was awesome. And that's the, just the genius of Andy Reid.
Yeah, that's Coach Reid at his best. What a treat we had here, where you have Coach Reid, maybe the greatest offensive mind of all time, and Coach Belichick, maybe the greatest defensive mind of all time. They go head-to-head, and Coach Reid won that rep.
But defensively, 4 sacks and an interception by Willie Gay Jr., huge. Relentless pressure, and Drew Tranquill is back. He was awesome today, along with others rushing the passer.
The Patriots were 2 of 12 on third down in this game. They had just 206 yards of total offense. They had 14 possessions. They go 3 and out on 4 of those. 6 punts, an interception that you mentioned, a turnover on downs. And if you take out the 2 touchdown drives they had, just 116 yards of offense on 12 New England possessions. Incredible stuff from this Chiefs defense.
You were spotting for me during the play-by-play on radio, and you said after the interception, like, when do we ever get a short field like this?
Yeah.
I can't remember. But Patrick Mahomes was going, wait a minute, I get the ball at the 7? This is kind of cool.
Well, it feels like consistently the Chiefs are always kind of playing from behind, or they're pinned inside their own 1, having to make it harder, right? Well, the Chiefs got one right there. Great play by Willie Gay to get the ball back into Patrick Mahomes' hands. And really, that led to the 14-point lead. And think about this. If you include halftime and a touchdown scored before halftime, New England ran 2 plays while the Chiefs scored 17 points. That'll work.
That'll work. And McKinnon, a touchdown reception. He is so valuable as a blocker, runner, and receiver, especially in third down and 2 minute. We keep saying it, but McKinnon on the field is a weapon.
And he threw a touchdown today. You can add that to his resume. Jerick McKinnon catches a touchdown and threw for a touchdown today. How about that?
Chiefs win at 27-17. We'll talk about what this win means and could mean later on in the show. But let's now go to the podium and hear from the Chiefs players and coaches.
All right. As far as injuries go, really, Sky Moore is the one that had to leave the game, and that's he hurt his left knee, just swelled up a little bit. All in all, a good win to get. We had some good things that took place. I'm going to start, which I never do, with special teams, so I'm putting it out there. Tommy's punt at the end was a beautiful thing, and came at a good time. Pat's day, over 300 yards, and a couple TDs, made some beautiful throws. And the turnovers look like it null, but we got to make sure that we hang on to that football, and we're getting better at that. We just got to keep growing there as we go. Clyde stepping up and doing a nice job, over 100 yards there between receiving and running. Big catch on the touchdown, and brought a lot of energy to that sideline. And then defensively, start off just a bit, but man, we picked it up, and pass rush came home with some big plays, and then Willie's pick was a beautiful thing too. So all in all, good win to get. I mean, this is a team that is so close. This Patriot team is so close. Their number of losses against one score is crazy. Number one in the league there, and that defense, Steve and his crew, there have done a nice job with that defense. They're salty, and offensively they had a nice plan there coming out. So, anyways, with that, time's yours.
I know you're focused on one game at a time, but was there some real importance to this, particularly coming off just the rest of the games?
Well, listen, when you're as close as the AFC is right now, wins are hard to get, and you better enjoy each one, and they're very important. And so this one, no different than that because of the situation. And I like the way some of the guys approach this thing, and my leaders stepped up and did a nice job. And I mentioned Spags and Nags on the offensive side, Dave Tobe. Their leadership was important at this time, and they did a good job with it.
Coach, you talked about the approach. I talked to Nick Bowden after the game, and he said this was the message coming into today was win by any means necessary. Was there a different approach this week?
Yeah, well, they felt the question Sam asked, and they know, players know, and so Nick's a big part of that. His ability to get in there. He's kind of playing with one wing there, so it's tough for him to grab. But he made some nice tackles today.
You mentioned the Willie Gay interception. Just it's been tough to come up with that great takeaway. Just talk about the importance.
Yeah, so he was so close on the one that was a touchdown to the tight end. He was so close on that thing, and so he got a little bit deeper there and was in good position. A little different route, but he did a nice job with it. And Willie's one of your better athletes on this football team. I mean, he's got great hands and great speed, and you guys have watched him here since we've drafted him. So.
With all that's happened with Clyde in the last year or so, is there any point where he's really gotten down on himself that you had to maybe try to bring him back?
No, not at all. He's been an energy giver, which you need. Yeah.
How do you see that?
Well, smile on the face and comes to work every day trying to get better, and he doesn't ever complain. He just goes out. If you give him 2 snaps, he'll take the 2 and make it the best he can. If you give him 30, 40 snaps, he's going to do great there too. So.
You think Pat put that ball over his head?
Well, I just said don't ever question little guys.
Eddie, with Clyde, it seemed like you were able to use him a little more, maybe the way that we'd all envisioned when he first came out, just more in the passing game. What's the key to that?
Yeah, well, he's a good route runner. He's got good hands. So he had opportunities today and did a nice job with it.
Thank you. When you come into New England, you're the defending champions and you're kind of at the top of the league. Is there ever a moment where you marvel at how long this franchise was built to stay at the top? And is there part of you that newly ever appreciates just how difficult that is?
Oh, he's done an unbelievable job, best in the business ever. I mean, that's what you're talking about. So, yeah, I don't question it. I mean, I know how great he is, and I've got to deal with him by playing against him. So, nobody better. Not that I've gone against. Nobody better.
Andy, I know I asked you this the other day, but in light of today's developments, any plans to sit Tony, take him out of the lineup for a little while until things turn around with him?
Yeah, we'll see how things go. I'm not down on Tony. He does some good things, man. So we just got to keep. He's a young guy, Adam. So we're not talking about somebody that has been in this league a long time.
Andy, taking a knee down at the goal line at the end, giving the ball back to the Patriots with 36 seconds left, was that a sign of respect for Belichick?
Yeah, I mean, it was the right thing to do. Yeah.
Coach, several fans with whom I spoke before the game today said this was their first NFL game, and a big part of it was they're now Chiefs fans because of the relationship. Would you just talk a little bit about the Taylor Swift effect on the team?
Oh, Taylor Swift. Yeah, listen, I'm a big fan, so I'm glad she was here, and I hope she enjoyed it. So she's got a great guy. She's dating right now, so I'm happy for both of them.
Andy, his elbow, was there anything to be said about that? Or
Yeah, he kind of got a little stinger in there and came out for a bit, but he went back in. Yeah.
Andy, the Echo Boy Joe, you mentioned the punt, but on that end, just the ability to be able to.
Yeah, not good. Yeah, that was pretty amazing. That was close now. I saw him control his. First of all, he's real fast, but control his speed to be able to put it down, and then his balance of not falling in. When you're that fast, that can be a tough. I've never been that fast, but I know it's tough to control.
Last one, Sam. The importance of leaders throughout the league. Just wondering what you saw from Patrick throughout the week.
Yeah, no, he's been great. He makes sure practices are tempoed up and going. And I've told you before, every time he comes in the huddle, let's be great. And that's what he strives to do himself, and that's what he wants people around him to do. Adam, did you have another one? Okay, all right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey, Clyde, can you take us through the touchdown catch? How high up you got for it?
Initially, it was a free release route, bread route from the backfield by me. The guy had outside leverage, so I initially broke it in to get that inside option for the touchdown on the inside. And then I think 5 ended up coming down. So then after that, I kind of knew who was on the outside, and he was going to really just try to stay at the pylon. So my goal was to try to get the back of the end zone. From that point, I kind of knew Pat was going to roll my way since I was the hot answer. From that point, it's kind of just – I told him last week he gave me an opportunity on the sideline on the belly route, and that's just something like I rarely drop passes, and it was just one of those things that it was a bitter taste in my mouth. So I just told him, like, even when I got the opportunity last week, opportunities this week at practice, like, you throw the ball up, bro, I promise I'm going to come down with it, no matter the situation.
And along those lines, in sort of a bigger sense, I mean, what's it just feel like to have a game like this after a while of not getting as many opportunities?
Man, it's just one of those things, the NFL. Everybody kind of will have their own story or have their own say-so about it, but, I'm Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and then I write my own narrative, I write my own story. So, I let everybody else handle whatever they want to write and use whatever they want to use, and then I kind of just showcasing myself and write my story by my body and my play.
Were you thinking Pat put that ball over your head at first when he threw it?
No, not at all. Not at all. It's, jokingly, we've been kind of making little remarks about me and about height and jumping and everything. So every time I scored past couple of weeks, I've been dunking the goalposts. And it was just one of those things, like, everybody like, well, damn, you're getting higher and higher every day. So I think it was just kind of a thing in back of everyone's head, like, well, damn, Clyde can really jump. Like, so for Pat having that opportunity, it was more of just like, he's not just some small guy on the field. In the wise words of Coach O, 6'7", 270. So we roll like that, and that's just what it is.
What's it been like for you the last year or so after all this you've gone through?
As for, I really just was able to take a step back and just realize what's business and the things that I can control. Those are the things that I control. And it's as simple as that. I knew once I was able to get my opportunity, showcase the things that I know I need to showcase, that's just what it is. I go out there, play my game, never batted an eye, knew at some point the opportunity was going to show up again, and it's a matter of how you conquer that opportunity and take advantage of it.
What does it mean to you to get this chance, Clyde?
What you say?
What does it mean to you to get this chance?
It means everything. It's really the trust factor that I would say. It's the end of the year. We're trying to go on this push, and we could have went. Coach Reed, Veach could have went any direction that they wanted to, but I would say I kind of kept my head down, but I always brought the energy when I needed to. Always showed up for practice. Always did the things whenever my number was called, even if it was just having enthusiasm in meeting rooms. For everybody else, I might have went incognito, but if I would have left, the team and everybody else would have felt it.
Last two.
Clyde, you talk about the opportunity, and there's a saying, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Mention your story. How does that fit into the story?
Man, I would say you can say I'll always stay ready so you don't have to get ready, but it was more of kind of just realizing what everything is around you and really just being, an athlete, but not only just being a person and realize, like, okay, everybody has their own way of life, and this is a sport. Don't get it wrong, but I need to make sure my mental on right before I do anything else. So I was able to do a lot of things. I mean, I got engaged. I had the whole 9 yards. Just, when everybody felt like, Clyde might be in the dumps, I was probably on my highest horse. And that's just one of those things. You take whatever is the light of in a situation and you brighten it up. And then now it's just, everybody's just talking about the opportunity, but the opportunity was getting drafted and being able to be in this position. So I always had the opportunity, but, they just kind of marking it up for me.
All right.
Let's do it.
Chiefs get the win here over New England, 27-17. A big reason the Chiefs defense, big reason Willie Gay Jr. Let's talk about the pick.
Yes,
what
sir.
happened, man? Walk us through it.
Everyone did their job, and the quarterback got out the pocket, tried to force something downfield, and thank God I was there to make the play. He threw it to somebody. Everybody was covered. I don't know who he was throwing to, but I was there to make the play, and I had great blockers in front. Nick Bolton leading the way, and all my defensive guys. I could have scored, but I got comfortable, and I was like, okay, I'm just take it to the sideline. And the big play by the offense that scored next play or 2 plays later. So it was a big down for us as a team. So.
Did you trick Zappy? Were you in there like hiding around, like lurking, or?
What's that?
Were you hiding for him? I mean, were you like lurking around, like tricking him?
Oh yeah. I was on my guy. He saw the guy get past me, but I was still underneath between him and the ball. So he threw it, and I was there. So it was perfect position.
They threw to Ezekiel Elliott last week in their win over Pittsburgh 7 times. We saw Cook in the Buffalo game. What was the key of keeping the running back receiving game out of their package today?
We know that's always a great option, second option for a quarterback, a good receiving back. So to stop that, to get him, shut down out the backfield, it limits the quarterback a little bit to make throws only downfield, which is hard sometimes. So that was a big key for us this week. So thankful we got it done.
Again, Willie Gay Jr., I guess, and Willie, I got to ask you about the pressure packages of not just the coverage you had, but the ability to get pressure on Zappy from different ways. Sure. What about it?
Coach Spags put us in great calls, man, and we got the guys to go execute. And, of course, one of the best D-lines in the NFL and great linebackers to execute. DBs, the best at blitzing in the league. So when he calls it, we dial it up and make it happen.
And how big is it that you can just thrust the entire linebacker room on them when you get you, Bull, Drew, Chanel? You got them all going today.
Yep. Man, we don't let off. One guy go down, the other guy steps up. But today we had everybody rolling, man, and it's always good for the team when you can get everyone rolling. And today that's what that was, and we all contributed in a big way and got the win.
Now, this December football, you've been through some huge games in your career already. What about getting ready for the Raiders and to keep this going?
It's a momentum thing. We roll off this one and play even better next week, offense and defense. Like I said, it's a big thing for us momentarily, and try to roll into playoffs with this same momentum once again, and just go from there.
Big-time players make big-time plays, including big interceptions. Willie Gay Jr.
Sir.
Yeah, no, I think I always am this focused when I'm playing against Coach Belichick, because I know how many different schemes he's gonna put out there and how great of a coach he is. Obviously, trying to focus on the details as much as possible, and you want to get as many tells as you can. But in an important game, we needed to win, and so I was glad with how the guys responded, and we were able to find a way to win against a really good team.
What is just the importance of this one, especially coming off the past couple of weeks?
Yeah, I mean, just with Denver, being right there behind us and losing 2 straight games, it's just finding a way to get that momentum back in our favor. And obviously, I don't think offensively we ended the way we wanted to, but I thought we did a good job that last drive of burning some time off the clock. And so you got to learn from the mistakes, keep doing it, keep getting better, and try to be playing our best football going into the playoffs.
Did you and your team feel pressure coming into this game? You talked about the 2 losses coming in. Do you feel like you're going to thrive better under pressure like this, knowing that you have to win?
there's always pressure, but obviously losing 2 games, you have to play your best football. Losing 3 straight in this league, really puts you in a tough spot. And I thought the guys did a good job. That's a really good defense. Offensive, we scored points early. Defense shut the door, kind of like they've been doing these last few weeks. But we have to continue to get better and better. And we're playing the Raiders. We're playing great football coming up, so we have to continue to learn and improve.
Patrick, your message when you guys were coming out for warm-ups was energy from the start. Did you feel that had been a problem the last couple of weeks, on offense at least, and how do you feel you guys responded today?
Yeah, we kind of went in waves. We started off for a middle part of the season, we were scoring fast and not scoring in the second half. And then we started scoring in the second half and we weren't scoring early. And so you have to find a way to put games together. And when you play a 12 o'clock game or a 1 o'clock game here, we haven't had a lot of them this season. The last one was Jacksonville, and offensively we didn't start the way we wanted to. And so I think that was the message all week, is we gotta get this thing rolling early. We want to put the pressure on them and not them put the pressure on us. And I thought guys did a good job of it.
Patrick, when was the last time you were in a three-point stance?
Maybe like the Combine 40, and I don't know if you could call it that. I haven't been in one in a long time, but that was sweet. We've been working on that play for a while, and so I'm glad that it worked. It was a little dicey there for a second, but we got in the end zone.
Well, how much do you feel like you guys needed a play like that? Because you guys are known for doing some creative stuff in the red zone.
No, that play was awesome. Obviously, that's a hard team to score on in the red zone, one of the best. And so to have a play like that we had worked on a long time, and it worked, obviously it was working perfectly for their scheme. And we executed at a high level. Coach Reed believing that we could make it work. And I will take that I was the one that said Joe should snap it. Because I was like, that will mess them up if Creed and Joe switch spots. And they kind of pushed the D-line a little over, thinking that Creed was the center. So I didn't make the play up, but I did that part.
How would you describe the rhythm of this team, especially with your rapport with the receivers?
Yeah, we've had great spots, and we've had spots where we struggled. It's just something that we have to continue to work on. I thought that for the most part we did a great job. They made plays happen today. Obviously, they were going to focus on Travis a lot, and they did. And so for other guys to make plays happen against a lot of good DBs, I was proud of that. We just got to continue to make it a full game. I think that's the biggest thing is we started, and I thought we did good in the second half, starting the game, and then we kind of had some miscues here and there at the end, and that includes myself. And so just trying to continue to have a full game of just excellent football is something that we'll continue to strive for.
A couple more guys.
Patrick, the trick play that Dave mentioned, but is there another play that really stands out to you just about, especially from those first few drives?
From the first few, I think that third down and long when Rasheed kind of settled in that zone, that was a big play and a big situation right at midfield. We were able to get points on that drive. But I think guys just continue to play hard. Justin Watson with a big catch down the sideline, and then jump ball Clyde, man, just giving them the chance to go make a play and him going and catching a touchdown.
Last two, Blair and Vahe.
I'm thinking about Willie Gaye's interception, but could you speak generally about how well the defense has played while you guys are still trying to get things going on offense?
Yeah, no, they've played great. I think the biggest thing is you see how they can make adjustments in game. They adjust to what the defense is doing, and the offense is doing, and then they do a good job of stopping that. That takes a special group of guys. To have a game plan, and when the game plan's working, they dominate. And then when the game plan is a little off, or they come out with a little different stuff, they're able to change the game plan right there. And Spags does a great job of that. Gets the information to those guys, and they go out there and do a great job of getting those stops. And that's special, man. I've said it a couple times. I wouldn't want to play our defense because they're able to change and be great at a lot of different things.
Last two, Vahe and Adam.
Patrick, with jump ball Clyde, I wonder if you could speak to his day today, but also how maybe it reflects the attitude he has all the time, and as Andy calls him, the energy giver.
Yeah, no, that running back room, man, is special. All those guys. Even the guys that are bouncing back and forth from the practice squad and back to active, they all believe in each other and they want each other to succeed, and that's special. It really is. Everybody wants to play. Everybody wants to go out there and make stuff happen. And obviously, Pacheco's had a great year, and so we've been letting him work and get those carries. But Clyde's been ready the whole time, and when he's got his opportunities, he's made stuff happen. Sometimes outside the building, you get a bad rap, but we know the work that he puts in every single day. And whenever Pacheco had to take some time off, Clyde stepped right in and went out there and made plays happen.
Clyde was saying he's making his own narrative. He's not taking what other people assign to him. Is that sort of what you mean by that?
I'm not joking. He's one of the best dudes I think I've ever met. Just the attitude that he comes into the building with. I mean, he's always got a smile on his face, and he's always making other people smile. I mean, when you put him, Jet, and Pacheco together, I mean, that's literally my locker. Y'all know is right there by the running backs, and you never know what you're going to hear, and it's the funniest stuff every single time.
Last one, Adam.
Clyde's been through a lot the last year or so. I know you just sort of touched on this, but from your perspective, how has he handled that? You ever seen him get down or anything like that?
I mean, when you get a lot of people piling on you and you're not having the success you want, I mean, that you could be down, but I mean, like I said, he has a smile on his face. He comes to work every single day, and I think that's special about him. That's why we want him to succeed as much as everybody else and himself. It's because he has that workman. That ethic of just coming in and just putting in whatever he can to help the team. And today was a great day for him. Hopefully we get popped back and we're able to utilize everybody and go out there and be a better team for it.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
A lot of history in this stadium going back through the years and some big games. With the Chiefs get this win 27-17. There's stats, but then you have to go beyond the stats. And I think in this game, Matt, a key stat was the fact that there were tight window catches, tough catches made by a couple of the Chiefs receivers.
Yeah, we saw great plays made by Justin Watson in this game. Huge 31-yard catch on 3rd and forever. They got the Chiefs going toward the end of the first half. Richie James had a few nice catches in this game, but how about Rashee Rice? Clutch play after clutch play for the rookie. He had 3 catches tonight on 3rd and 8 or longer that moved the chains. He had a 20-yard catch on 3rd and 9, moved the chains, an 11-yard catch on 3rd and 11, just enough, and an 8-yard catch in the Chiefs' final drive on 3rd and 8. And also his 7th touchdown of the season. So incredible stuff from Rashee Rice, a young star budding before our eyes, but clutch plays, not just empty stats.
No, and the defense to hold a short field, hardest thing to do in the NFL. New England got the ball inside the 10, and the Chiefs held them to a field goal. That was gigantic. Instead of down 14-7, it was just 10-7, and that's when the Chiefs turned it on.
And credit to Justin Reed. Zeke Elliott on 1st down after they got the ball deep in Chiefs territory had a run that looked like it was going for a touchdown. Justin Reed fought for every inch, didn't let Elliott get in the end zone, and of course they settled for a field goal. Those are the forgotten plays, the little plays in football games that end up playing a big role in the end.
What does this mean? The Chiefs have a 2-game lead with 3 weeks to go. Christmas Day, GEHA Field against the Raiders. What could it mean? The #1 seed is still very much in play for the Chiefs in a wild AFC. Get ready for a crazy 3 weeks.
Yeah, go Jaguars here tonight playing the Baltimore Ravens. We'll see what happens.
Duval.
Yeah, we can't forget that the Chiefs now have won 9 games this year. Why is that important? Well, Kansas City just secured an 11th consecutive winning season. Think about that. 11 straight winning seasons. We cannot take this for granted. That's easily the longest active streak in the NFL right now. The Buffalo Bills are the closest team with 4 straight winning seasons. So 11 straight winning seasons. Don't take this for granted, and we're not done.
Bring Santa, bring the family, and bring your big throat on Christmas Day as the Chiefs will take on the Raiders. There's a lot on the line. For Matt McMullen, I'm Mitch Holthus. A victory here in New England, 27-17. Thanks for joining us on Chiefs Rewind.
Chiefs Rewind is brought to you by Ford, the official car and truck of the Kansas City Chiefs, and by CommunityAmerica Credit Union, the official banking partner of the Kansas City Chiefs.